So then, the WRC in 2025. I've been reading a couple of rumours from people such as Maximum Attack Rallying and Dirtfish, saying that we have a few different rounds slated for a 2025 slot. And the ones that I've seen most often floated are Ireland, which has a plan to do 3 years, each in a different place, one in Waterford, then on top of that one in Limerick, and then one in Kerry, which are all quite nice bits to do. I mean, I've been out to some of the roads that would be used in those different areas. They would be all nice bits to use. But on top of that, we've heard that potentially we would see one that would be in Saudi Arabia. We've heard of one going to America. And there's also been these rather left field reports. I saw Dirtfish originally pulled their article on it, then it's been included in a later article about Paraguay being included. And all of those sound fantastic, right? The return of a Rally Ireland, one fully in the Republic of Ireland this time because, well, Brexit happened. It's one that just returns us to British Irish islands, so that's fantastic. Then returning to rallying in North America. I know Mexico's on the calendar last season, it's not this season. But also return to the United States would be a big deal. Return to the Middle East would be great. And then another rally in South America is a good idea. The problem is, with a 13-round calendar, especially with how expensive things are at the moment for the current Rally 1 cars, what would go in their place? I think some straight swaps happen, so potentially either Croatia or CER for Ireland, tarmac for tarmac. And given that this season we only have 3 designated pure tarmac events, we can't afford to outright lose a tarmac event. So I reckon whichever one goes, the other one will be safe. Or, you know, be replaced by Spain. Spain has held both ends of it. Yeah, then I don't know for Saudi Arabia what it would replace. Maybe the Acropolis. I thought that had a relatively strong place. Apparently WRC promoted was 2 Latin American rounds. But it could also be that if we had a Paraguay, we would replace Chile. And then an American one. I don't know where that would slot into the calendar. Maybe they could do something where they do the Americas as one leg, then out towards Asia and the Middle East and Africa as different legs as well. But there are a few things I don't think make much sense. Firstly, the kind of jumping around that you would get if you didn't do it that way. It was really good that when we had Chile and Argentina, it was back to back. And if you could do all of the Americans in one go, that would be much more cost effective. Because cost is a big number at the end of the day. But also, you don't have anything in Australasia, or Oceania, which for me is what I think we need to be a proper World Championship. It was awesome to have New Zealand back for the first year of the hybrid cars. It's a shame we haven't had Australia on the calendar. Well, we had it on the calendar in... Do we have it in 19 and 20? We had it in 19, but it got cancelled. So, 2018 was the last time we had a proper Rally Australia. And of course, China got postponed in 2016 and never been floated again since. India would be a great one to have, especially with MRF trying to get more and more prevalence. Indonesia would be fun to return to since we haven't been there since 1997. But yeah, I don't know. I think what we need to have is no more than 16 events, some of them rotating. Rally will need a continent per year, and the best way to facilitate that is by switching to Rally 2. So if it's Rally 2 Plus, then it's Rally 2 Plus. But switching to Rally 2 is probably the best thing to do. Why? Because it keeps the costs down. Allows privateers to be more likely to get prize money if nothing goes their way. The current Rally 2 cars cost around, what, 250,000 euros, maybe 300,000 euros if demand's high. That was around the cost of the World Rally Car era cars. And just for inflation, it means that with inflation, you turn the clock back, what, 20 odd years, but it's cheaper. But all kinds of other things need to be factored in as well. But for me, looking at it, that's what the WRC needs to do, and I know I bang on about it all the time. It would be nice to have 14, 15, 16 rounds with some kind of rotation in there. So like New Zealand 1 year, Australia the other, Japan 1 year, China the other, Paraguay 1 year, Chile the other, Argentina another one, and then we'll play between, say, Mexico and the United States. Those would all be great to do. But for me, we need to keep the variety of surfaces up. We need to also get the variety of content up to World Championship, and we also need to get the costs down. WRC expanded too far, too fast, trying to go to all these big Grand Prix venues, bringing in all these newfangled technologies. It hadn't got enough to the base, and what's happened now? They're reintroducing ICEs, albeit centrally fueled ICEs, and they're going back to smaller venues, your Liddon Hills, your Esterings, your Mettits, instead of going to your Spas and Silverstones and Nürburgrings. And it's really helping them. WRC should follow that kind of lesson. They own WRX now. And think about those smaller events, where you're not worried about the big name sponsors, big money. Instead, a more sustainable thing, even if it's a slightly lower money. I don't know, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.